I am that which is the seed of all creatures. There is nothing that could exist without existing through me. Okay, just take a second to let the sheer cosmic weight of that statement sink in. Imagine being told that absolutely everything around you, every single object, every living being, every passing thought, literally originates from a single unified source. It's wild, right?
Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you love getting straight to the profound, heavy-hitting truths, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're taking a structured, step-by-step journey through one of the most awe-inspiring texts in human history. We're diving into Chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita, famously known as Vibhuti Yoga, or the Yoga of Manifestation. We're going to look directly at the source material to understand exactly how the divine is described as manifesting in our world. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The Ultimate Source.
So, to really grasp this chapter, we first have to understand the foundation Krishna is laying down here. He's establishing himself not just as a god among many, but as the absolute, primal origin of all reality. And what's truly incredible is just how comprehensive this origin story is. I mean, the text explicitly states that even these supreme celestial beings, the gods and the great seers, they don't even know his origin. Why? Because he actually predates them. He's the source of the gods themselves. And moving from the cosmic down to the deeply personal human qualities like intelligence, knowledge, consciousness, even our ability to discriminate right from wrong, they all stem directly from him. And finally, the entire universe itself. He isn't just a creator. He is the origin, the maintainer, and ultimately the dissolution of the entire cosmic order, the whole shebang.
Section 2. The Yoga of Discrimination. Now, that brings up a massive, highly practical question. If we're dealing with an infinite cosmic source, how can a single individual human possibly connect with it? Well, the answer provided in the text is Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi basically translates to intelligence, insight, or discrimination. So this isn't just some passive belief system. It's a highly practical, disciplined path of mental determination. As the source material outlines, this profound, steady insight is actually a gift. It's granted to those whose minds are fully absorbed in the Supreme, who practice yoga, and who worship with pure love.
So, the crucial point is, how does this actually translate into our everyday actions? The Gita defines despicable motives as acting merely for the fruit of action, doing something purely for selfish material gain or a personal reward. But the alternative is Buddhi Yoga, which is defined brilliantly as skill in action. It means acting with a disciplined intelligence and pure devotion. By focusing on the action itself and maintaining a steadfast connection to the divine, a person casts off the binding chains of both good and evil deeds. It's a total paradigm shift.
Section 3. Arjuna's Supreme Realization.
To really feel the emotional impact of this philosophy, we have to look at the dramatic dialogue taking place right in the middle of an ancient battlefield. Picture it. We're on the field of the Kurus. Arjuna, this legendary warrior, is completely overwhelmed. But as he listens to his charioteer Krishna, his consciousness begins to drastically expand. He's actively shifting from a state of paralyzed grief into one of profound cosmic realization. And this realization culminates in this absolute powerhouse of a declaration from Arjuna. He says, "You are the supreme Brahman, the supreme abode, the supreme purifier, the eternal divine spirit, the primal God, unborn and all-pervading." Arjuna fully recognizes the ultimate divine nature sitting right beside him in that chariot. Overwhelmed by this massive truth, he urgently asks Krishna to detail more of his divine glories. He basically wants to know exactly how to recognize this supreme spirit in the everyday world around him.
Section 4. Manifestations in the World.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because in response, Krishna takes Arjuna and us on a dizzying, highly poetic tour of the universe. He's showing that he represents the absolute highest pinnacle in every conceivable category of existence. He starts with the cosmic and the divine. He says among the Adityas, which are a group of celestial deities, he is Vishnu. Among all the lights in the sky, he's the radiant sun. Of the sacred Vedas, he is the Samaveda, the one specifically concerned with beautiful chants. Of our bodily senses, he's the mind itself, the master coordinator of it all. And among the destructive storm gods, the Rudras, he is Shankara, or Shiva.
But the source text doesn't just stop up in the heavens. It grounds this divine presence directly in the physical, natural world we interact with every day. Among all bodies of water, he declares he is the ocean, vast, deep, and absolutely boundless. Among immovables, he's the Himalaya, the majestic abode of snow. And among all the flora, he is the Ashvatha, the deeply revered sacred fig tree. The text is literally showing us that natural majesty is just a direct reflection of divine glory.
And he continues by weaving right through mythology and the human experience. He says he is Narada among the divine seers, and Chicharatha among the heavenly musicians known as Gandharvas. Of the perfected sages, he's Kapila. He even extends this into the animal kingdom, claiming the absolute pinnacle of legendary beasts. He is Upshai among horses, born of the ocean's nectar, and Airavata among princely elephants. And finally, linking it back to human society, among men he is the king, the ultimate symbol of worldly authority and protection.
So, what's the point of this rapid-fire, insanely expansive list? Well, it brings us right back to our hook, to this core unifying thought. He tells Arjuna, "I am that which is the seed of all creatures, Arjuna. There is nothing that could exist without existing through me, whether moving or not moving. Absolutely everything in your reality, from the highest soaring eagle to the most immovable mountain, from the deepest ocean to the passing thoughts in your own mind, is completely encompassed within this cosmic framework. No exceptions."
Section 5. A fraction of splendor.
Now, as we zoom out from these specific worldly examples, the chapter delivers its final mind-bending philosophical mic drop. It's a profound shift in perspective. Krishna says, "Whatever manifested being that is glorious and vigorous, indeed, understand that in every case he originates from a fraction of my splendor." Think about that. All the staggering beauty, the mythological power, the mountains, the sun, the oceans we just spent time listing out, it's all only a tiny fragmented glimpse of the total truth.
And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer, unimaginable scale of reality being described here. To put that into perspective, if we assign a metaphoric number to it, a tiny sliver represents our entire supported universe. Literally everything we know, see, and experience. The massive remainder? That is the unmanifested splendor. Our entire known universe is basically just a minuscule fraction of the ultimate reality.
Which leads us to the grand concluding revelation of the chapter. Krishna asks, "But what is this extensive knowledge to you, Arjuna? I support this entire universe constantly with a single fraction of myself." Just let the incomprehensible magnitude of that statement wash over you for a second. Every star, every galaxy, every joy, every sorrow, every single piece of knowledge you possess, all of it is constantly supported by merely a single fraction of the divine.
So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. If the entirety of our known universe, with all its unbelievable power, its beauty, and its glory, is supported by a mere fraction of this divine source, what possibly lies within the unmanifested whole? Thank you so much for exploring this explainer with me, and definitely keep that curiosity burning.